Good morning, traders. You are welcome to today's Trade Ideas and Signal. And without delaying ourselves, we're going to start our analysis from where we left off yesterday and in our previous episode. So yesterday we did some analysis on Euro USD. We are anticipating higher price in the market. And even though we've been kind of experiencing some consolidation from Monday and today being Wednesday, we're still looking forward to what the market is going to is trying to give to us. And I did make some analysis yesterday, earlier before I dropped the video. We talked about how we are expecting price to kind of like touch the closure that we have here on 1 hour. You know, talk about this close range that we are having from this particular leg here. And having this close range, we have price broke through the range, and we kind of expecting that we're going to have a retest of this range before price begin to move upward. And yesterday, when we did have the break of the close range, I spot this particular order block within this leg here, but as we have it, market just went ahead to consolidate throughout yesterday without giving us any proper movement in the market. And eventually, it was the low of the potential order block that we spotted was taken out of the market. So then I came to do analysis on higher time frame, and I discussed this particular order block that we have here on 4 hour. And discussing that, we are expecting some kind of retracement back into this order block for it to give us some kind of higher prices in the market. And throughout yesterday, but it did give us some tap yesterday. Personally, I was expecting that we're going to have the 50% of the range being tapped before we begin to see something to move with. And that's the reason why I picked this 35 big range stop loss that we can react from. And that will give us a safety net. But yesterday, when the market gave us this tap, and it began to move up in a in a very good manner. And I spotted another something here, this particular range that we have here. Spotted this level in comparison to this particular one that we have here. That okay, we are expecting some kind of retracement into this level, and this can kind of serve as our other block in the market for us to it can serve as our proportion block so that at least we can begin to move from it. But as we're going to have it, the market just kind of give us a consolidation throughout our potential order block. And earlier this morning, I think around 2 a.m. in the midnight, it just take it out and give us the kind of movement that we want into our point of interest, which is actually 50% of the something. And as you can see here, it's lie perfectly where our OB is written. So if we have something like this in the market, and what I was trying to do when I'm trying to capitalize on all this level is to maximize our trade. But nonetheless, it does happen that way. But I don't beat myself up over it in the sense that I so much believe in my risk reward ratio to do its magic in bringing all those ones back for me. So nonetheless, but every opportunity must be taken. If it is one, fine, all well and good. But at the same time, if we lose the opportunity, then it serves as what is it called? It serves as helping us to avoid indecision in the market. We conquer indecision by just taking the trades, no matter what. So since we can basically rely um, on our statistical edge to give us what we want eventually in the market. So continue our trade this morning. We're still going to stick with our preferred point of entry that we picked yesterday, which is still working perfectly fine. And don't forget, we have two others in the market. I have, prior to this particular trade that we have here, we have this potential order block, which I personally believe with the kind of reaction we are getting from this level that, okay, the market can just surge it out and take it out of the market because it is MSS, but I'm anticipating that daily is going to create its own major market shift into this internal structure that we have on weekly. But anything can happen in the market. This one can transcend and take out all this level, and we can still react into this level and still expect market to do what? To come lower. So anything can happen. We are open to wherever may want to happen in the market. We have our order here, we have another order here, which we hedge out this particular one if eventually this one did not materialize. So if this one did materialize, the profit from this one will cover for the losses that we're only risking 1% here, and we are risking 1% to get 5%. So 1 minus 5, we still have 4 left. And plus the one that I put in, that means we have 5. So if that's the case in the market, then automatically we can believe that we're going to begin to move forward. So we are open to anything that want to happen in the market. So today we're still going to continue in this trade, and until it becomes invalidated, we have a major strong low here. And whatever happened in the market, and this strong low was closed below, then we can now begin to do what? To look for sell in the market. But for now, we are still leaning toward the buy side of the market. Even though the buy side of the market got invalidated several times yesterday, we are still particularly in the trade. So what we're going to do is I spot a little something here, and what we can personally see from this level is proportion block. If we look closely to this, to if we look closely at our point of entry, which we picked here. So looking at it closely, we see that okay, these are other block, and what was created into the other block, we can see that internal liquidity was generated and taken yesterday, and another internal liquidity was generated and it was taken during Asia earlier this morning in the midnight. Now we have another, and what took the liquidity on those internal liquidity that was generated yesterday was this other block that we have here. And it's kind of giving us a proportional block that we can still capitalize on in the trade. So if we have it this way, then automatically we can know that, okay, this particular leg that we have here is another opportunity in the market. So what we're going to do is we're going to retain our trade here, and we're going to go into another something to kind of like do some other analysis. So since we have this particular leg here, we're going to move to the right side of the market. Let's erase all our notation here. Let's erase it and try to see what we can basically capitalize on. So we have, okay, let's just do some ranges. Moving to the right side of the market, and as we can see, there is a shift that is created within this leg here. So we can target a minor shift for us to just, minor MSS to see what we can, because we are anticipating that this particular minor leg this a minor strong eye. So we are expecting it to kind of take out this minor strong low that we have in the market. I mean, weak low that we have in the market. But what do we have? We have a minor market shift here. And from the shift, we have this break of structure. This is the particular leg that is supposed to take out this leg, and that give us a kind of a minor trend change, and we have that particular leg to be our structure break into the high. Then automatically here becomes our strong low. Here turns to strong low as we have it, a minor strong low for that matter. And here becomes automatically becomes our weak high. So, but using what we have from daily and weekly, I mean, from 4 hour, which is higher time frame structure. So here turns to our weak high. We know that we have this other block within this leg that we are expecting some kind of reaction from, and that turns to our PDA. And reacting from the PDA of 4 hour here. So what do we see? We see a manipulation, and see that liquidity of this leg was partially was taken. Internal liquidity was taken, and we are expecting some external liquidity to be taken from this particular leg here. So from what we have here, at least if we're going to kind of like see what we can capitalize on, we can basically see that this particular leg here turns to our potential order block. And but if it is order block which manipulated into previous higher time frame order block, then it turns to proportion block. So if it turns to proportion block, then automatically we can try to trade from within it. Anything can happen in the market though. And we are not blind to that. And we can try to see. And this will be times 5. But let's go on lower time frame. I suppose something on lower time frame. Even though before we can capitalize fully on this proportion block that we have here, personally, I'll be anticipating, let's just pick it this way. I'll be expecting us to kind of like have so it turns to proportion block in the sense that we are reacting from another block from within this leg here. So if this place is our previous other block, then automatically here turns to our proportion block because we have a block that reacted into this something. But before we can fully bank on this proportion block, we're going to expect market, this price leg to close above this other block. Then we'll be kind of expecting some reactions into it eventually. So let's go on lower time frame to see what is happening within the block. And as we can see within the block, okay, we have this particular leg, okay? So we have this shift in the market because this particular leg here is supposed to be the one that will break. It's a minor shift on 50 minutes. And this particular leg is supposed to be the one to break, to generate some kind of, what is it called? It's supposed to be our strong high, supposed to be a strong guy, and as we can see, it has been tapped. But from the leg that generated, we've gotten some kind of trend change in the markets. So if we have some trend change in the markets, that happens to be our minor TC, you know, all these things are fractals of one another. Even though this one is still higher minor, but on 50 minutes, we still have this minor again. Then since we have this TC and this MSS in the market, this particular leg it stands out of the orange. And this leg is creating another opportunity for us potentially. If all things work according to, if we have a closure above this particular leg, we can be anticipating. So if you miss this one, immediately I open my chart, I saw this particular leg. I quickly take it because I know the analysis is going to take longer and I might miss the opportunity. So I quickly take that. So here happens to be our, what is it called? Here happens to be our order block, a minor order block for that matter, a minor order block. Excuse me, pick this call. So, continuing from something. So, as we can see, we have this other block here, little one that we are anticipating that, okay, we can capitalize on. And wherever you meet the price when you come into the trade, but if you miss this particular one, if and only if this particular leg is holding. So if this leg is holding, because we are in London now, we are in London session now. So whatever happen in London, anything can happen. And London, we like to take out the liquidity of Asian. And we have this will be our strong low, potential strong low for that matter. So if this block holds, then if this other block is holding, because we are coming from a major other block on 4 hour, and we are having a proportion block created on a bigger time frame, 1 hour. We are replicating that on lower time frame as well. So on 15 minutes, we have this other block, which is coming from this major shift that we have here. So, I mean, a major minor shift rather. So if this other block should hold, then, we are having another proportion block above it. So this one is a potential proportion block in case. So in case you miss the opportunity of this one, that's the reason why I'm creating all this something, in the sense that you see the analysis late, then potentially, but this level invalidates our trade anyway. This particular leg, this minor strong low, invalidates our trade. So if this leg is being violated, then automatically we know that our trade is not going to hold. But we still have this particular leg to count on. So anything that happen within the market, we've been seeing several, what is it called? Several proper trade being taken out of this something because of what? Because of manipulation. Anything can happen. But nonetheless, we are risking smaller percentage of we are not the type that trade and put all our egg in one basket. So we separate it into different something. So whatever happened in the market happens, and we have a safety net for that. So personally, this is going to be my trade now for today. So this particular leg here, I'm banking on it just based on what is it called? Taking it from this major order block that we have here. So I'm going to still be banking on it regardless of whatever happens. So that's 850, and I'll be expecting. So anything can happen. But my own concern now is we have this Asian range here, and we have a manipulation that has been manipulated. And as you can see, I mean, the liquidity above the Asian range was properly taken here. So, and we didn't have market close above it yet. So I'm kind of expecting that we might have this other block sponsor the leg that will close above it. But for this kind of reaction we are having, and for this kind of something we are having here, this particular one might still not hold. Anything can happen in the market. So, but regardless, I'm taking the trade no matter what. So we have that leg. And before I can start looking for sell, I'm anticipating this major, is a major strong loss as well, but also minor. So but it has degree more than one another. So I'll be anticipating that this leg will be what will be taken out of the market. So then can I begin to look for sell in the market. But then until then, I'm looking for buy. All my trade will be buy, 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 even though it's getting validated. This is my major level that I'm expecting for it to be invalidated. All the ones that we took here that got invalidated. And don't forget, today is the last day of the month. So, and the last 3 days of the month, you can see what we are expecting. And we are expecting the my monthly candle to close. So anything can happen. Anything can happen in the market. So anything, today being the close of the market, we can still have a consolidation throughout today. So this can give us a kind of reaction into the high. I might not even take out this weak low, weak high that we have here, and it might not take it out. And at the same time, can continue to move well, can continue to move up, or continue to go lower, whichever way. But as we can see, personally, I believe that the range that we are having here might be the closure of the month of April, the closure of the candle of for the month of April. So no matter the kind of reaction we are having, it's not a higher probability game. Everything is risk. But the only thing I've said earlier on that I'm only waiting for this particular leg above here for me to take my trace from. Because personally, I don't trust all this something. But banking on the fact that anything can happen in the market, then we are using the opportunity to just take all this trade. Anything can happen in the market. And whatever happens, happens. So if some will happen that favor us, some will happen that we take out our market. So whichever way, I'm still standing on this particular one. So regardless, that would be my trade for today. And if it got invalidated before New York, we're going to come back into the market to try and see what else we can capitalize on. Looking on 1 hour, we'll try and see. As you can see, you have this leg here, and whatever happens, happens. And that's my trade for today. Nothing much, nothing less. Thank you very much. Have a profitable day and enjoy your trading ahead. Thank you.